So it looks like we're headed towards the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚛 and Luffy's rematch from in this lobby. And let's discuss the realities versus the expectations of what we can see forthcoming in this upcoming battle between these two, or the battle that may not even be. And I'll tell you what I mean exactly by that. So let's talk about the expectations versus the reality of this 𝙲𝚘𝚙 versus Luffy rematch. And let's start with the expectations first. Now, we all know the last battle they had against each other, Luffy used only 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚪 to defeat him. And we all know it was a hard-fought battle. This was after Luffy infiltrated, actually, not infiltrated, he invaded 𝚕𝚎 lobby, a world government organization where they basically hold the keys to the Impel Down and the New World. And we all know that 𝚕𝚎 lobby is basically the gate-kept location that most pirates are not allowed to even go near or even cross. Luffy invaded it, and at this point, he invaded with a CP9 who was there protecting it to basically get back Robin. So fast forward, the fight between Luffy and 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎. We all know what to expect. If you've been keeping up with One Piece, there's no reason why you shouldn't know what to expect between a battle with a Yonko, newly acclaimed Yonko Luffy versus a 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎. Now, with that being said, at least the least we can expect is Luffy to use Bounce Man during this battle. And his ability to use Conqueror's Haki. The least we can expect Luffy is to use Bounce Man during this battle. We all know that Luffy uses Bounce Man when he considers opponents to be stronger than the usual. Luffy is pretty much taking an opponent serious when he whips out Bounce Man. We can all say, hey, well, what about Luffy's ability to use Conqueror's Haki? This is what Kaido referenced when he talked about Goldie Roger bringing the world to nil. And you're right. This could be another reason why we have Luffy just decides to flex his Conqueror's Haki and call it a night or day. It don't matter. The ultimate weapon among all weapons. If Oda does decide to flex Luffy's Yonko status, he'll make CP09 hesitate to attack. They'll back off and opt for a more covert approach to getting rid of Vegapunk, which makes more sense to me. I don't see why you would attack a Yonko's crew head on when we got 4 people over billion berry bounties. What be the purpose? I see no purpose in, or I don't even see a win-win situation in this situation after Luffy just pretty much liberated Wano. So just to make this, I think in order for Oda to make this story continue on at the pace that it's going, he's going to have to hold back a little bit of Luffy, a lot of Luffy actually. Luffy's going to be here more for kicks and giggles at this point because we cannot bring out the ultimate weapon each time any foe just comes along. I think this is a time for Bunny. Bunny is with us now. I think this is time for Bunny to shine and show her skills. She already made the statement that, oh, he is a Yonko. This is the one who are they claiming to be a Yonko? This would be a good time for Luffy to kind of just flex his Haki. Like, yeah, I'm the new Yonko in town. Versus, and then let Bunny just, take the lead. Take the lead. Let's see what Bunny can do. We haven't seen what Bunny can do at this point. So I think this is going to be more so of a Bonnie versus the CP9 or the CP0 and other people in company to show exactly what they can do with the new crew members that they have. Now, the reality of what's going to happen. Now, let's take a look at Luffy's current fighting forms that we know exist today. Number 1, Base Luffy. Ryo Haki user along with Observation Haki. This form was used against Kaido's hybrid form and his awakened form. Now, one could say that Luffy could pretty much continue down the Grand Line without ever having to use any other gears. He could use Ryo Haki form with his Observation Haki and Conqueror's Haki and pretty much conquer the new world by himself alone. We know that. But will he be able to do so depending on who he's going against? If he's going against like Shanks characters, if there are people in the new world who are like Shanks who are just sitting around who don't even have the ambition to become the king of the pirates, then we could see Luffy have to pull out a little bit more stops and a little bit more for tricks and ponies to continue down the Grand Line as he is. And finally, next form is Gear 2, Red Hawk, mixed with his speed that is second to none. Now, we all know that Luffy is, and when he's in Gear 2nd, his speed is unmatched. We had admirals talk about his speed when he blew past them to try to run towards your boy Ace, who's now RIP, rest his soul. But we had other admirals acknowledge his speed. So we know that Luffy Gear Second, his speed is pretty much second to none. The only person who can pretty much match him was 𝚗𝚙𝚅, and using it with his glint fruit. So we know that Luffy is pretty much one of the fastest people in the One Piece world. However, with the jet pistol along with the jet stamp, we have a Luffy who is pretty much a dynamic. He got strength and speed mixed in with this form. So we know that even this form can beat Rob Lucci, which it did in this lobby. So why would it not be able to beat him now? It makes no sense if it didn't. As Luffy has progressed in his strength, so has Gear Second. Now Gear 3, and it's the enlarging of the limbs to deliver earth-shattering attacks. The elephant guns, this is like the prominent attack that we have yet to see coated with Conqueror's Haki. Now, it will be coated with Conqueror's Haki in the future, but this is one of the attacks that we just have yet to see that Luffy uses all out on anyone so far as animation. I'm not talking about the manga readers. Manga readers, let's chill out because we know what's coming. So we don't want to ruin it for the anime watchers. So we know that Gear Third is pretty much Luffy's his hammer attack. This is like pretty much when he just wants to put a dent into something, sink ships. This is what he brings out when he just pretty much, I don't even think he's been using this attack that often inside of Wano, because he's up to go for more so of Gear Fourth. He's been favoring Gear Fourth in Wano. But we also we got to remember that Gear Third is there and he can use that when he chooses to. He used it against, actually he did use it against Kaido when he first got to Wano. That first attack when he pretty much skydives from out the sky and landed on top of Kaido's head, which pretty much didn't do anything because it wasn't coded in real Haki or Conqueror's Haki. Now we got Gear Fourth Bounce Man version, because we still got the Snake Man. Powerful opponents only. We saw him use this against Cracker, Doflamingo, Kaido, Big Mom. These are this is the form this is his go-to form when he's usually fighting against bigger and stronger opponents. Even if they are stronger than him, he knows that Gear Fourth is pretty much his only form that he can use and be dependent on to fight against stronger opponents. So we know that Gear Fourth is when he's pulling out all the stops. He wants to win. And finally, we got Snake Man when he's outmatched in speed. You know, this is his form that he goes to get equivalent or at least equal to his opponents with their speed. This is my favorite form. Snake Man is my favorite form. I wish to use it more often. I don't know if Oda likes drawing it necessarily when it comes to animation, but this to me is my favorite form, and I would like to see Luffy fight more using Snake Man, because let's be honest, it looks cool. With the hair is draped, nice, he's fitted properly, his dynamics is not goofy looking. Bounce Man is kind of more so of a comedic but serious form. But I also like to see Snake Man get a lot more screen time coming up in the future. And finally, Gear Fifth, the Awakened Sun God Nika mode. Cartoon, nice, everything and anything that is possible. This guy, he's able to create it. This is the reality, guys. This is the 5 forms, actually 6. If you want to split Bounce Man and Snake Man into 2, this is what Rob Lucci is currently facing. The Yonko of the New World, the newly crowned Yonko of the New World, the 5th Emperor of the Sea before he was even an Emperor status. This is what this battle is going to be about. I don't think that Rob Lucci is going to stand a chance. Let's be honest. Rob Lucci and CP0 they don't stand a chance the way they currently are. They need an admiral with them at least to make this even more entertaining, to make this slightly entertaining. Maybe 𝚗𝚙𝚅 if he was there, it would be very, very interesting to see Zoro or Sanji go up against a 𝚗𝚙𝚅 right now as we speak. Like this, why are we waiting? Let's go ahead and knock off one of the admirals right now. Why wait? Why wait? I mean, I think that make some new room for new admiral. Let 𝚗𝚙𝚅 be the sacrificial lamb he is. Koji is gone, so why not? Let's make new room. We got Green Bull. He's coming up soon, and we got Fujitora, who's pretty much he's MIA at this point. He's not making any scenes right now. So let's make 𝚗𝚙𝚅 the sacrificial lamb that he should be. I think it's time. Let's make the Straw Hats make a statement right now. But like I said, this is the reality and the expectations that we can assume or expect to happen. But I don't know, guys. You tell me what you guys think. This is what I think about the battle, the upcoming battle between Rob Lucci and Luffy. Even if there is a battle, they may choose not to even engage. You tell me what you guys think. What are your expectations? Drop a comment in the comment section below. Make sure before you leave, hit that like button and subscribe for me, guys. And until next time, I'll see you later.